This is the most outrageous travesty I've ever seen. And the problem here is Democrats have crossed this line. They have crossed the line in which now the court system is a political weapon. And it's going to be very hard for it not to come back the other way. I don't want that. I heard you saying that earlier in the show. But I think we need to understand that they've crossed the line now and let a genie out of a bottle. It's going to be hard to put back in place.
Okay, so that sort of language that some line has been crossed or a mythical creature has been released or a Rubicon has been crossed has become very common on the right in the last 24 hours. But that is actually like what I would call like the lowest rung on the ladder of provocation. Many right-wingers are willing to go quite a bit farther than Senator Marco Rubio. So let's travel up that ladder with the next rung, I think, being Don Jr.
Hold on, this is a Breitbart article. So GOP will have to retaliate against Democrats when they regain power. Yeah, he's right. Like, that's the problem. I wish that wasn't the case, but we don't have a choice. They have shown their hands. When people tell you who they are, believe them. If we don't start fighting fire with fire, they're just going to keep doing it. And they'll take their wins and they'll laugh. And when we do it back, they'll say, you're threatening democracy.
Yeah, you already tried the coup though, so this is not speculative. Also, go see a doctor. Jesus, that can't be healthy, whatever it is that's going on with you. But there he's saying retaliate, we need to do it. Who cares what the crime is? We'll find something after the fact, we need to retaliate. But it gets obviously worse than that. And a great stop on that path would be Jeanine Pirro, who admittedly was angry yesterday. She really likes Donald Trump. She was also by last night probably about a box and a half in. And so here she is talking about revolution.
Donald Trump is the strongest man I have ever met. There is no one who can withstand what this man has withstood. And I've known him for 40 years. And we are a country that was born of revolution. Revolution is in our DNA. We are fighters. And I hope it's only at the ballot box. Don't get me wrong. But my insides are so angry because this was not a case that should have been brought.
Your insides are angry. Your insides are soaking in something right there. And thank you, by the way, for the very helpful aerial photography of Donald Trump's car for some reason. It's not a high-speed chase, he's just going to a place. But anyway, there, so you have revolution. We might need revolution. I hope it's just at the ballot box, which is more than many right-wingers will actually say. Some, like Tim Pool, just write war. He's a man of few words, none of them honest. But there.
But by the way, some people say including Tim Pool, say he's not on the right.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking of declaring war on because Trump got convicted too. But yeah, we decided that was insane. And
like all populists, when you see a billionaire former president who committed crimes in public view, and he finally is convicted, you want to go to war, obviously, like all populists do. But I want to go to Tucker Carlson. He says, import the third world, become the third world. I know that doesn't seem to have anything to do with the trial, but he's like technically not allowed to do a tweet that doesn't include racism. So that's what we just saw. This won't stop Trump. He'll win the election if he's not killed first. But it does mark the end of the fairest justice system in the world. It has always been very fair, no notes. Anyone who defends this verdict is a danger to you and your family. So don't just go and kill the Democrats. Anyone who defends the verdict is a danger to your family from the third world. So something might need to be done. But let's get to the ultimate rung, the ladder of provocation, whatever the hell this is supposed to be.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Yeah, except that you're not gonna be by his side. You're gonna be holding up his throne with a lot of difficulty. I appreciate them doing it in black and white though. It makes the allusions to other dictators' classic speeches throughout history a lot easier to make because a lot of that archival footage is not available in color. What do you think?
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you. I thought that was an ad for Bain. And at the end, he was gonna say, Gotham is yours. To all the criminals. All right, so Don Jr. Said one thing that's true. He said, when someone tells you who they are, you should believe them. He went on to say, we're gonna retaliate and fight fire with fire. He didn't say, we're going to look for criminal wrongdoing, and if we find criminal wrongdoing, we will bring them to justice. He just said, no, we're gonna retaliate by just throwing a bunch of Democrats in prison. Okay, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. That is literally what a fascist would do. Now, I know what the MAGA would say. Well, that's what you guys are. I mean, just because Donald Trump cheated on his taxes and committed financial fraud and had fake electors who are going to replace the real electors and then end our democracy, and then even though he lost the election and then lost 60 court cases, didn't have any evidence, he should have been president anyway because he's a right-winger and white. And you guys are the real problem because Donald Trump only stole national secrets and was probably going to sell them and used to use undocumented immigrants and has only committed hundreds, dozens of crimes, maybe hundreds. I ran a fake university, ran a fake charity. I mean, so poor little Donald Trump, you won't even let him break the law anymore. We're gonna have to arrest Democrats who didn't do anything wrong. Oh, okay. And then, of course, Tucker Carlson was the worst. He's such a despicable human being. So, is it danger to anyone who thought that Donald Trump should have been convicted, including the jurors, obviously, they were unanimous. They looked at all the evidence and they're like, yeah, he definitely did it. Is a threat to your family? He's basically saying the only way to protect your family is if you go out and maybe commit violence on these guys.
100%.
And then we had the fairest justice system in the world, but now that a rich white man's going to prison, all of a sudden it's not. Before, when it was doing all those things to black people and killing civil rights leaders and doing all the things that actually were the deep state, it was the fairest justice system in the world. But now, even rich white men are being prosecuted for their actual crimes. What has turned out into what has our justice system turned into? So right now, I think it's a lot of bluster, and I'm not positive that they're gonna do anything about it. But it certainly doesn't help that every grotesque Republican politician and media host is out there encouraging them to do something. This is terrible. I just wish that somebody would do a revolution. I mean, maybe at the ballot box, but they're endangering your family. Aren't you gonna protect them? So that's the problem. These horrible, horrible creatures known as right-wing talk show hosts. Mondo, what do you think?
I think Weinbach Janine is out of her damn mind. Donald Trump's the strongest man ever. What about the Central Park Five? The 30% of the black men who were on death row who've been freed by the Innocent Project, who didn't commit crimes, but did over 60 plus years. What about those guys? Yep. That seems pretty strong to me. And Rubio is absolutely disgusting. 2016, Rubio actually said Donald Trump is a con. Electing him or making him our party nominee would destroy our party. Where's that guy? Where's that guy? Where are any of those Republicans who told the truth in 2016 about who Donald Trump was? Where are they? They've seen the writing on the wall. Their party does not care about anything except power. Law and order was a lie. Back the blue was a lie. Support FBI was a lie. Everything has been replaced by loyalty to Donald Trump. And Republicans who so-called had the moral compass on their side, these evangelicals, all of them have absolutely thrown all of that away for the love of Donald Trump. Nothing's changed about America's system. It is today as it was yesterday. Still in support of the majority and those who are super powerful. If you don't believe me, name anybody that is not as rich as Donald Trump that is walking around out on so-called bail or bond after being convicted for 34 felonies that still talk trash about the judge, their family, the DA, and their family, and still are not in prison. It doesn't happen. America is still America. It is still supporting white supremacy. White supremacy is 400 and old in this country, and Donald Trump trials did not change that.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.